Hey guys, Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. I'm here in Yakima, Washington at The Range LLC with Austin Harlan. Austin, thank you for coming onto the channel.
Pleased to be here.
Yeah, and we are here to talk about SilencerCo. And my story with SilencerCo started a little while back when I was talking with them about their products, and I decided to get an Omega 30, a hybrid, and an Osprey 45. But that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg, right?
It really is.
SilencerCo has kind of all sorts of products. So tell us about kind of their high-level product portfolio, and then maybe we'll drill in on some of the products.
So SilencerCo, they really offer a wide range of suppressors and accessories and everything. They cover all the bases, whether you're talking rimfire, pistol, long-range stuff, hunting. I mean, they do a really, really nice job with their products.
And what I like about SilencerCo, and kind of one of the things that they're known for, is the robustness of their products, right?
Absolutely.
Omega 30, 300 Win Mag rated, full auto rated. And so if you need something that's going to really stand up to the rigors of some really heavy duty action, SilencerCo is a pretty good fit for that.
They really are. They build their stuff really, really tough, and they use some pretty exotic materials. Stainless is one of the ones that's not exotic, but the Inconel and the Stellite, it's super, super hard, super, super tough, and you can just beat them up and they don't care.
And so there's cans. People know SilencerCo for cans, but there's also muzzleloaders and handguns.
Absolutely.
Yep. We got this guy right here. Tell us about this.
So Maxim. This is SilencerCo's Maxim 9 here. This is their all in-house built, integrally suppressed pistol. It's a 4-inch fixed barrel. It's got the rectangular can on here. It's really, really nice and quiet because you have just so much volume in there. You get the gases to expand and really cool down. And with subsonic ammo especially, they're really impressive.
And what's really great about it is the form factor, right? Like if we compare it with, so this is a Glock 17 with an Osprey 45 on it. Osprey 45 is really lightweight. It's a great package. But if you compare the overall length there, obviously, you know, the integral suppressed design is something that's totally a lot more, you know, functional. Practical, I guess you could say.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about these too is this is the long setup. You can remove a couple of these baffles and actually make it a little bit shorter. So even if you wanted a little bit more mobility, that is an option as well.
And so muzzleloaders, 50 cal. The big draw there is obviously if you're hunting and you don't have to worry about hearing protection, that's a huge plus. But also with the can welded onto a muzzleloader, it's not an NFA paperwork item, is that correct?
Correct. In most states, you can actually have that shipped directly to your house.
That's really nice.
Yeah, really cool.
Yep. So let's talk about the lineup of suppressors. So I've got the Osprey 45, which is a 45 cal can. And with this, what I like a couple things about this. First is you can easily index the can with the sort of quick release lever. But then also it's got the piston system. So I've got a couple pistons here. This is Glock 17, so it's the 9mm threading.
Correct.
And then you can, within about a couple minutes or so, swap that over for what would be typical on like a 1911, a 45 cal threading. So you can make one can investment. You can use it on multiple handguns. It's really easy to swap stuff between. And then of course you've got the profile, right? It's low slung to get out of the way of the sights. It's kind of slab sighted, so you could conceivably think up a holster even for something like that.
Yeah, and the one cool thing about the Osprey is with that offset style that they used, you don't have to use the raised suppressor slits like you do with a round can. So it's pretty handy, and it matches the contour of the gun, so it looks cool too. And you know that's 90% of it.
Yep. We were shooting some Hush ammunition, the 165 grain subsonic 9 with the Glock 17, and you know, compared to 45, there's less muzzle blast, and then when you go subsonic, I mean, talk about a fun combo. I think you tried it out too, didn't you?
Absolutely. I actually went and shot it. First time I shot with an optics, pretty cool. But I mean, it's comfortable to shoot indoors with the subsonic ammo. It's pretty impressive.
Yep. Okay, so you were mentioning round cans. That brings us to the hybrid. So the hybrid, this is 46 cal, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
Yep. And here you've got either a direct thread mount on the muzzle end or piston.
Correct.
So this is 5/8 by 24 because this is a 300 blackout AR-15. I could use this on any of my 5/8 24, and I tend to thread 5/8 24 even on a 22 cal barrel if I have enough meat on there, because
why not?
it's my standard mount. But then you could also use a step up and use 5/8 by 24 if you have a half 28 threaded barrel, like on a standard AR-15. And then you can replace the caps as well, is that right?
Correct, yeah, there's several different size caps. So you can do the 46 cal, so if you're running 458 SOCOM, you're running 4570 government, stuff like that. They do 30 cals, 338 cals, 9. So, I mean, it's a super, super adaptable can. I mean, it's kind of a do-all. It's a jack of all trades, master of nothing, but it does work well on everything.
Yeah, I like the idea that whether it be a handgun or a rifle, you know, I can take this. And how much do the pistons cost approximately?
Pistons are usually around $70 for the pistol setup.
Yep. So if you have another threading for another caliber of pistol, get the piston. You know, for me, since I have both the Osprey 45 and the hybrid, I can use them on both. So I guess that's, you know, kind of all the more options.
And another kind of cool thing about the hybrid is they are massively tough. They're a no barrel restriction. The only barrel restriction they have on it is a 12-inch 338 Lapua, which is very impractical.
Well, so I'm excited. I'm going to transition to the last can that I have in my lineup. Unfortunately, these are still in jail, so I have to come down here to shoot with them and whatnot. But so this is the Omega 30, and this is 300 Win Mag rated.
Correct.
And I'm hoping this year to build a 300 PRC. And so I'm hoping that will work with this. It's got the brake, and you know, when you're up in that 300 Win Mag class of rifle, it's abusive.
It is, and the anchor brake is actually quite effective.
Yeah, and a suppressor in general will really smooth out that recoil impulse quite a bit, I've found.
It does. It does help. It's not quite as effective as a naked muzzle brake, but it definitely does help over a bare muzzle.
And you know, whether it be for hunting or just keeping the noise level down, it's definitely really a game changer. So you know, it opens up a whole host of new doors. Now tell me about this can here.
So the Omega is probably, well, it is our most popular can by far. We sell probably 10 Omegas to almost one of everything else. They're nice and lightweight, they're compact, they suppress really, really well. They're adaptable for any centerfire rifle, up to 300 Win Mag down to 223 or 22-250. They're machine gun rated, they're made out of stainless steel is the cover, stellite for baffles, so you just can't hurt them, and they work very well.
So that's this guy. Is this the Saker here?
This is the Saker.
Okay.
This is the older style one with the Mad Mount. Currently, they don't do that one anymore. The baffle system is still the same on the Sakers, but they went to the newer ASR style mount, which is the thread on the brake and then with the lock ring.
Gotcha. So this is not the full lineup of SilencerCo products, but it does represent a good kind of cross section of what they offer. And you know, as a dealer, you're a dealer, and if you're in Washington State, you should come see Austin because he runs a great shop here. What kind of longevity and what kind of customer satisfaction have you seen from SilencerCo? Are people bringing these things back? You know, are they falling apart? Are they blowing up? What kind of customer response have you seen?
So we have had a couple come back. Nothing from SilencerCo that they did wrong. Mostly improper mounting from people that are newer to suppressors.
Baffle strikes or something?
Baffle strikes, not having it all the way on the muzzle brake and launching it downrange and dinging up the covers and all that stuff. But SilencerCo has been phenomenal with their customer service, and I don't hesitate saying probably the best in the entire gun industry. We've sent a few GANs back to them, and complete turnaround from leaving our door, hitting them, and then back to our door is typically about 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I mean, it's a brand new can when it comes
Compared
back.
to a tax stamp, that's nothing.
Correct.
That's a drop in the bucket. I don't know if you guys have seen, but because of the government shutdown now here in early 2019, it was at, I think NFA Tracker had it at 200 days, and those are on submissions that have just come back full circle. So with the government shutdown, you're looking at way over 200 days right now.
You certainly could be. I mean, in theory, with how things normally work, the government was shut down for 36, 37 days. In theory, you would only have that many days added on, but we all know how the government works, and We're probably looking almost closer to a year now from door to door on tax stamps.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit like when snow piles up and you don't plow it. You have an additional amount of snow there, but it takes a lot more work to get through it all. And it's going to be really interesting. All that to say, compared to what you wait for the suppressor, 2-week turnaround time for a repair or whatever warranty work is absolutely awesome.
Pretty darn good.
Yep. So that's kind of a basic high level. Anything else about SilencerCo that you'd want to mention?
I can't say enough good things about SilencerCo. I mean, they build a fantastic product. They're tough. They suppress well, and their customer service. I mean, that's why I personally and I recommend to my customers use SilencerCo products, because if something does happen, they'll be there and they'll fix it and they'll make it right.
That was what initially drew me to SilencerCo, was the brand, right, and the company. You know, them U.S. made stuff, standing behind their product. You know,
Absolutely.
Pioneers in the industry. Yeah, definitely. And here you actually have the Maxim 9 on the range, right?
We do.
Come try it out.
You can come down, shoot it, and see if you like it for yourself.
Very fun. This has been kind of like a high-level overview of the SilencerCo product portfolio. I'm thinking what we should do is take some of these products and look at them in depth. You know, with the Maxim 9, maybe even put it on the trigger scan, take a look at functioning with different types of ammo, give it a little bit of a test drive at the range, and then with some of the cans, we can get hands-on looking at different direct mount options, different piston options for different threadings, and kind of give you guys an in-depth look at how they work, that kind of thing. So look for that content coming up on gavintoobe and ultimatereloader.com. Thank you, Austin, for joining me.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to Gavintoobe with notifications. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, happy shooting and happy reloading.
Thanks for watching, guys.